Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. We are starting our deep dive on the Righteous Gemstones, Season 3. And the first 2 episodes came out at the same time, so we're going to go over those now. Each week, we'll tackle the next one that comes out. Both you guys watch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What'd you guys think?
I mean, they haven't lost a step, would you say?
Yeah, hilarious.
And you start out, and so Eli's retired like he was, and the 3 Gemstone children are running the church very poorly.
Yeah, very poorly. The transition, is the big thing. It seems like this season, the big arc will be, whether or not they can handle the church on their own.
Yeah, the membership is down. Gideon's jacked up from a stunt that went wrong, so he's got the neck brace on. He's just kind of laying around, not doing anything.
I like his character. I've always liked his character from the very beginning, and I didn't realize he directed the first 2 episodes. At the end of 2, when he finally gets to show off his skills, that was like, okay, now he's going to be able to be who he wants to be within the family. He'll get to be a driver like he wants to for Granddad.
Yeah, and then you got Kelvin, who's moved on from his muscle people, and now he's a smut buster.
Smut buster.
Their plan is hilarious. They're just buying out everything in the entire sex shop.
So they can't sell it.
Yeah, because of the supply chain issues, it'll take weeks for them to be able to restock.
And then they're burning them in a burn pit next to the pool, just sucking in all those fumes of everything.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that they've got all these underage children handling all these dildos.
Running into the shop with signs and picketing people through the sex shop and the glow of pink on everybody.
The sex shop owners are like, hell yeah, buy everything.
And then you got Judy. She's been out on tour.
Oh, God.
And having a affair.
Slutting around.
Yeah. I like how she rattled off the entire affair, like 4 kisses, 2 touches.
Oh, my God. And when they busted her, when Jesse and Kelvin busted her.
Oh, yeah.
And when they fired.
You were fired. Well, I hired him. Well, I'm firing him infinity.
The guy, though, whenever he was telling when his wife figured out that he had been fired. Oh, my God. When she smashed
she just automatically jumped to, you're on coke again, aren't you? And they just started putting him down. You got ripped jeans and bleached hair.
What was the song? What was the song that he was playing on his phone when Judy came to meet him to pay him off at the restaurant?
I can't remember.
It was one of those 80s.
Daytime friends and nighttime lovers.
Nighttime lovers. Yeah, that's what it was.
That is when my steppapa, he used to play that record and dance around with his little dog.
Christine Johnson, starting out, her character right at the beginning, which I thought was hilarious. It kind of looked like a knockoff of Halloween, or when they have that flashback and she's chasing Jennifer Nettles through the fair. Yeah. Or the Bigfoot. It was a monster truck. I guess it was Jesse's first religious outing.
The Redeemer.
The monster truck.
Yeah, he was driving the Redeemer. And she busts the Gemstone mother, hits her in the face with that wrench.
Yep. And then I guess, who ran her over with a car?
I think it was just some rando.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was Eli that hit her with a car. And then you find out that that's his sister. And now she's new to the series, so this is more of the family, which seems to be the ongoing motif, is just this family you keep seeing further and further out, and it doesn't get any better the further you get out.
She's a Montgomery.
I like how the Gemstones think the Montgomerys are hillbillies when they're hillbillies themselves.
Yeah. Hillbillies with money. Yeah.
Yeah, the brothers though, the one Lucas Haas.
Yeah, I didn't realize that
fake on him.
Yeah.
And the other guy, I've never seen him before.
Virgil Simpson had a cameo as one of those guys in that camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the guy that rolled down the window. Yeah, and told him where to drive, which I assumed was because they have actual mines planted on either side of the road. That's why it said, don't stray off the road.
And then Steve Zahn just running the whole shebang. Oh, I was so excited to see him. I love him. And in almost anything, he's always so funny.
always has that same, anytime he has long hair, he always has, it looks like the same wig on every time and a giant scar on his face.
Yeah.
I love that movie that he did with Sam Rockwell years ago, that Safe Men. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, when they were really young and they played those guys that were cracking safe.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's really funny. But the job, they get hired to break into a safe in a temple during a bar mitzvah by a Jewish gangster whose son is having the bar mitzvah.
As far as the whole, bringing the Montgomery boys or whatever into it, that doomsday prepper, that must have been a hell of a shoot to have that whole place like built up, kind of looked like something from The Walking Dead.
I mean, that was straight up action movie time whenever the FBI rolled up on the set.
Yeah, that was good too. He looks over at the monitor, he's like, oh shit. And then you got like the other church. That's because you get Shea Wiggum. He's the race car driver that they've lost at the beginning. He was one of their biggest donors, and they're trying to win him back. Stephen Dorff.
Yeah, Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
So he's given all his money to them instead. And Jesse's response to that, to have him just beaten in the middle of a parking lot at the grocery store.
The Simpkins were the other family with Stephen Dorff.
There's a Simpkins family. Oh, the one where their parents died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have something that wrapped everything up so pretty?
Yeah.
Then
Shea Wiggum made them race each other just to decide who he was going to give his money to.
Yeah. And Jesse wrecked immediately.
Yeah, he didn't even make it out of pit row before he spun the car out. Now, do you think Jesse is the one that called that in? Or was it Eli? Or
I don't know.
How the feds in is what I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought the mom did it, but I guess not.
It could have just been a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Lord knows they were,
when you have like one of those Waco cults, it could get raided by the ATF any day.
That's true. They got Ruby Ridged up in that motherfucker.
Yeah. It would point right to them, if what Steve Zahn and them are thinking, it didn't take much. But it was kind of good how he threw it in their face. How he threw the, do you really think these people are charlatans? He told them the truth right to their face, and Eli was like, didn't bat an eye.
It's Steve Bonnet. He's a scary, scary dude. And we see later on as he just cuts one of the guys the tip of his ear off.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a tell me or I'm going to cut this guy's ear off as I'm going to cut this guy's ear off if you don't tell me, and then I'm going to cut the other one off if you don't tell me again.
It's just happening no matter what.
And then you had, the Master Blaster moment when the big guy like comes in and saves, stops Steve Zahn and saves his brother, and they run off. And I think actually the actor that plays the big cousin, he liked our video with Toilet Baby.
Oh, cool.
He thought
Robert Oberst is his name.
Yeah, he's a like a world class like heavy lifting dude. He
looks like
pulls trains and stuff.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, he's funny though. He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
and him and Haas, they're believable as brothers.
Yeah.
And Haas, no matter how old he gets,
he's Witness.
He's Witness. Well, he's Witness, or he's always was the boy or the girl in the red dress, or the girl in the white dress.
Lady in White was that?
Lady in White. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But yeah, great cast. I mean, the cast is amazing as usual, and these are just being the first 2 episodes. I can't wait for the rest of the season. I know next week we're going to have, it'll be Valen Hall's first episode, and so we'll get to see Billy and everybody. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it ended great with the whole big shoot 'em up car chase, and you get to see Gideon, who couldn't even turn his head left or right, be directed.
Yeah, he was able to look out his mirrors, and that was enough. But yeah, it was kind of vicious. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and was able to prove to his granddad that he had his stuff.
You're a hell of a wheel man.
He's the baby driver.
Yeah,
he is. All right. Well, that'll wrap up this episode.